Welcome to a new segment on my YouTube channel that I'm going to try called Yesterday's News Today. Now, I recently saw a study that said that over 80% of people are now getting their news on social media. And that kind of scares me because there is zero barriers to entry on social media. You never know who you're getting your news from, who that source is, but I thought that would be a good opportunity to be a resource and to be the voice and the person kind of publicizing my community's news and sharing what I think is important because, any given evening news or morning news cycle might have 5 minutes of news that I actually care to pay attention to. So I'm going to go back in the previous news headlines and try to boil that down to what I think is exciting and fun and important happening in our community today. If you like this segment, let me know, a comment. If there's other things you want me to cover, definitely give me your feedback because I want to be the voice for Fort Wayne and for Northeast Indiana and our community for all the great things that are happening. So with that, let's go back over the month of August and see what's happening in Fort Wayne, see what the headlines are saying, and see what is most important in our community. First up, we have Governor Braun talking about the struggling Rising Star Casino. He says that we are dedicated to getting the right place for this casino. Now, you might remember in previous news cycles where this casino was actually looking at relocating to the New Haven area, but due to public outcry, they nixed that and are back to the drawing board. So Governor Braun goes on to say that they are looking into other locations outside of Northeast Indiana, but that Fort Wayne would be a great location and that they are still considering it. He even goes on to say that they haven't had any discussions with the Miami tribe of Oklahoma. This is the Indian tribe that owns that casino. They haven't had any discussions with them about utilizing the land that they own in Northwest Allen County. Now, this caught me by surprise. I didn't know that we had an Indian reservation or Indian-owned land in Northwest Allen County, so I had to look into it. And let's say the tribe wanted to use this land for a casino. I don't really think there's anything we could do about it if there was public outcry because of how the governance of Indian tribes and their Indian lands and everything like that. So I thought that was a really interesting point that he brought up. Now, this is not in the talks, this is not in the conversation, but I thought it was interesting that he brought that up at least. So a casino, lots of pros and cons, lots of people on each side of the fence. Is it good for the local economy, good for jobs, good for the travel and entertainment and tourism aspect of a community? Or does it bring the negative aspects in of gambling, drugs, crime to a community as well? So I know there's a lot of divide on that topic. Where do you stand? Next up, the city of Fort Wayne celebrated replacing the lead water lines for about 320 households. This is a part of an $11 million federal grant from the Lead Service Replacement Program, which targets low-income neighborhoods to remove the risk of lead exposure. Now, if you live in an older community or older home in Fort Wayne, there's a possibility that the line supplying water from the main city's water main to your house is still made of lead. And so it's probably worthwhile to have your water tested to see if there is traces of lead in the water and if it might be worth replacing that line. You can contact the city to see if you might qualify for some of these grants that could help you replace that water line and make your water cleaner for drinking in the future. Here's some development news that I'm kind of excited about. Coldwater Commons. Now, there is a 9-acre parcel of land near Northrop High School where an Indianapolis developer recently submitted plans to the city to develop this into what he's calling Coldwater Commons. This would include over 20 dining and retail units, a splash pad. I'm kind of envisioning almost like a smaller version of the Jefferson Point area. And for me, as a community member that lives on the north side of town, I love that it's nearly accessible by the Puffer Belly Trail. I love throwing my kids on the bike and biking them to a park, biking them to a restaurant, getting out of the house, utilizing the trail to be active. And so any development near or connected to the trail system, I'm extremely excited about. This still has a long way to go as far as the future development plans, renderings, and things like that, but I'm excited to see out-of-town investment coming to this area too. Bridge of Grace Ministries in Southeast Fort Wayne is revitalizing neighborhoods by renovating homes, helping families transition to home ownership. And since 2016, this organization has renovated 36 homes, and this week they handed off keys to a new homeowner. So this nonprofit has a 10-year plan to add another 150 homes through new building and renovations, with the first phase starting in spring of 2026. Now, every community across the United States could benefit from more affordable housing. So I love highlighting this Bridge of Grace Ministries and what they're doing in Southeast Fort Wayne to bring more affordable housing to that area. There is an application process that you can use to fill out, and if you get approved, they help to get you to the finish line to becoming a homeowner. So check that out. That is Bridge of Grace Ministries if you know of anyone that might benefit from that program looking to live on the southeast side of town. More development news. The Tippmann Group announced plans for a 47,000 square foot corporate headquarters on 47 acres near Wallen and Clinton Road. Now, if you're on 469 heading near towards the 69 exit, you can actually see the development of this property from the highway. It's just across the road from the new Villages of Arneo neighborhood that recently announced the golf complex that's going in there as well. So this is more kind of a part of that live, work, play type of community that they're developing there in the Villages of Arneo. And Tippmann Properties is bringing their corporate headquarters to this location as well. It's going to house the Tippmann Construction, Interstate Warehousing, and Tippmann Properties, which have all been growing significantly in recent years. So it's great to see one of Fort Wayne's companies reinvesting in it as well. Have you participated in Fort Wayne's DORA district? DORA stands for Designated Outdoor Refreshment Area. And recently, City Council voted to expand the DORA district. I absolutely love this. It's been a phenomenal addition to downtown Fort Wayne for summer festivals and entertainment in downtown. So now you'd be able to walk out of a restaurant with a drink, carry it along the streets and the sidewalks inside of the DORA district, and take it to the next activity that you're participating in. And this is actually going to be connecting Promenade Park all the way up through Electric Works. So expanding this district is only going to better connect the downtown district as a whole for those festivals, for those entertaining factors, hopefully bringing more community members to downtown and getting to enjoy more of downtown while they're there. Three Rivers Painting Company recently launched its Paint It Forward program. Now, this program is offering exterior painting and landscaping help to homeowners in need. And they're looking to do one project per quarter. So there is an application on the website of Three Rivers Painting Company, but I love to see local companies offering help to homeowners. It takes a village. You don't need to do it alone, and there is help out there. So this could be a program if you know of someone in need of exterior landscaping or exterior painting help, they could benefit from this program. Check out their website and apply if needed. Southwest Allen County Schools recently acquired 57 acres of land just off Noyer Road for an estimated $2.3 million. Now, they don't have any immediate plans for this land, but they are planning for the future growth and development of the school district. Northwest Allen County, Southwest Allen County, these are school districts that have seen very large influxes of development and new subdivisions and influx of new residents to their school districts. And I know Northwest Allen County has been building schools. Southwest is now making plans for that next stage as well. If you haven't gotten a chance to go to the Fort Wayne Zoo this summer, you need to put it on your fall bucket list. This summer, the Fort Wayne Zoo had a new clouded leopard baby. And so my daughter actually has a clouded leopard stuffy that she sleeps with every night. So this was super cool to see the new addition to the clouded leopard exhibit. Make sure you get to the Fort Wayne Zoo this fall. This is an amazing asset to our community. It is the best way I've found to kill a morning with young kids is to go to the zoo, see a few exhibits, have some fun petting the farm animals, and then get them home for nap. It's a phenomenal addition to our community and our city, and I love to see it growing its animal base as well. And last but not least, the city of Fort Wayne is creating what's called a housing catalog to help small contractors build on vacant infill lots. Now, an infill lot is an empty city lot. And so this is land that maybe a home was condemned on, or there was a house fire, or some reason that the city had to acquire a property or acquire a piece of land within the city, and it sits in an established neighborhood. It sits somewhere that it really makes sense to be another home. And so by creating this housing catalog, it basically is creating plans that would be pre-approved for more affordable development to build and invest on those lots. So it's going to streamline the process for development for smaller developers to be able to acquire those properties and build housing on those properties. Again, adding more affordable housing to our inner city communities as well. So that was yesterday's news. Today, I hope you liked this segment. I hope you liked some of the information we had to talk about. We didn't go in depth, but you can find all of these news stories online. I get most of this information from Wayne 15 News, so I'll try to share links to these stories in the caption of this video as well. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.